Welcome back, everybody. I bought 7 different toolboxes at a local estate sale. In the first toolbox tour video, I put 2 of the boxes together. This will be the 6th and final video to cover the 7 boxes that I bought that day. I bought these in October 2024. It is currently September, still 2024, of course. I did have this one stored because I did not have a place in my garage for it. I'm currently in my garage. As you can see, I have a few toolboxes. I've got 4 or 5 more behind me, but we don't need to look at the hoard today. The hammer price for this box was $600. With the fees and taxes, it came in somewhere around $675. And to be honest, it's been about 5 months since I bought it, and I don't really remember what's in here. I do remember it had a couple of drawers of wrenches in the bottom box, but I don't recall what's in the rest of it. So let's find out. I'm going to do the top few drawers handheld, and then I'll switch to a tripod. Hopefully I'm not too shaky. I'm standing on a 5-gallon pail right now. So start off in the top. Okay, we have some, I always consider these like a welding vice grip. The DeWitt Peterson, I guess I consider the old style. These are handy to have. I've got a 68 Chevy that is going to need some panels replaced. So good to have a few of these laying around. A little bit rusty, but I'm sure they'll work just fine. All right, let's start over on the left side here. If you recall from the other boxes I've done on this haul, they have their own little homemade socket holders. These all look to be Craftsman 3/8 drive sockets, SAE. So I think this next item here is a trailer light plug. It says GM on it, so I guess we know what it fits. Have a rail, Hanson socket rail, all Craftsman SAE. Then some of them have spilled off here into the box. Also have some 1/2-inch shallows, the old Craftsman V, SAE of course, 12 point. Another one back here. At first I thought this was just some random hose, but I think that's an end for a siphon. Correct me if I'm wrong. We got some starting fluid back here, some safety goggles, and then we have another one of the homemade socket rails. And so far all of these have been Craftsman USA. They are a little bit pitted, but something that I'm sure would easily clean up with a little steel wool and oil. Just a couple more sockets hiding underneath this tray, and that's it for the top. Almost 97% of our viewers are not subscribed. Become a subscriber today. It really helps out the channel. Thank you. Gonna move on to the top left-hand drawer. Okay, that's a good one. Seen mostly Craftsman. This is an old Stanley Workmaster. This does not have a country, so I don't know if it was made in Taiwan. I'm thinking it was. Usually anybody that makes stuff in the US stamps it US. I do kind of like that shifter, that little push button shifter. That's kind of cool. Then we got some pretty clean looking 1/2-inch Craftsman ratchets in here. These are, well, this is USA anyways. Looks like it's barely been used. And then we got another one. This is an older one. We also have a 1/4-inch Craftsman in here. This one is a little bit older one, but looks to be in pretty good shape. Then we have a Continental American in 3 different toolboxes I've had from this haul. It's had tools made by that brand. I have a brand new adapter in here, 1/2 to 3/4. Next we have another 3/8 Craftsman. This one has the flying V or butterfly shifter. Sorry about the glare from the lights. It's just kind of hard to control it when you're looking at chrome items. I also have a breaker bar in here. This is another one of the Continental American tools. And then we have a couple random sockets and a couple of adapters. I think I'll do the center drawer next. I think I might be able to get the lower ones with the tripod. Random piece of paper. I can't even tell what's down in here. Deer tag. Pressure gauge. We got another pressure gauge here. A couple different books of matches down here. Not sure I'm seeing any more tools. Pretty random items. Got some sort of rubber bushings or something. We'll just call that one done. And then the top right hand drawer. Okay, punches, chisels. Let's see what kind of brands they have here. Craftsman on the first one. I see Craftsman on this one and this one. I did have another box that had a bunch of snap-on, but not enough that it would have been a set. So I do wonder if some are spread on these other boxes, but so far these are all Craftsman, but that's okay. Everything I'm seeing here says Craftsman, Craftsman, Craftsman. But honestly, they look pretty nice. I'll probably keep all of these. I never really wanted to pay what they wanted for a set at the store. And I'm sure whoever made the punches for Craftsman, they were probably pretty good quality. Okay, I'm going to try something new here. We're going to switch to a tripod. Hopefully it'll let me use 2 hands and the picture will be a little less shaky. So this is the second drawer left side. Looks like a no-name, made in Taiwan snipper. An old Sears brand pliers. Gonna guess these are all Sears brand. I can't read the name on the second one, but these only had like a laser engraved, I guess you would call it, name on it. This one is a companion, which I believe is also another brand sold at Sears. I don't know if this is an air chuck or if this is like a small hydraulic fitting. A couple of scrapers in here, some moldy looking pliers. That's going to be it for that drawer. All right, third one from the top, left hand side. I think this is just a shutoff lever. Some random wire. Do have a Nicholson file. Got a little butcher knife. Some random fittings and hardware. Do have a drill chuck. Those are always handy. I seem to lose a lot, so I like to have a lot. And then we have something I'm not quite familiar with. It's got a screen in it. Looks like it would hook up to like a water source, and maybe pushing on this gives you some water. I really have no idea. I might sound stupid if I'm way off, but yeah, never seen one of those before. We're going to move the right side, second drawer from the top. Looks like we have a bunch of Craftsman nut drivers. All these look pretty well unused. Some still have the stickers on. Definitely seen a bunch of SAE. Maybe they're all SAE. Haven't seen a metric size yet. And we also have a magnetic bit holder from Craftsman. It's a little grungy, but I think it would clean right up. There is some sort of random file in here as well, but I think that pretty much finishes off the drawer. Third drawer, right hand side. So these and these were both in the center drawer. I'm not sure what those are. I'm sure somebody out there knows. So feel free to drop it in the comments. Have some wig nuts, battery terminal cleaners, a Senko tape measure. Got a little something on the end there, but otherwise looks pretty good. Oh, and then we do have a little hidden treasure down here. Nice surprise. Craftsman ignition wrench set. Super tough steel. Of course, these are made in the USA. So that's a nice little find. Okay, moving on to the first full drawer. More screwdrivers. You know, these drawers are marked. Screwdrivers, punches, chisels. Yeah, so far they've been accurate. These have no markings, but so far the ones that are marked are accurate. So it says screwdrivers. That's what's in here. Well, in a camel, looks like cards instead of cigarettes. Old Camel Joe on there. I don't think that exists anymore. I don't think Camel Joe has been around for a while. We have a fork in here. I mean, you just never know when you're out in the shop when something like that might come in handy. Looks like we have some Torx screwdrivers from Craftsman. There's one back here, one over here, one here. I might have the whole set in here. I think it was maybe a 6 or 7 piece set. There's 4 of them right there. Maybe that's it. Some pipe fittings, more Craftsman screwdrivers. Here's an awl. These are definitely like just dirty, but I think they're actually in pretty good shape. We have a cotter pin remover. This one's really good shape. A lot of times this end is a little broken and resharpened, but yeah, just some random hardware and more random screwdrivers. That finishes off top full drawer, second full drawer. Okay. These are the kind of drawers I like to see. Not because of the pipe fittings or the black tape, but because of the wrenches, especially these box wrenches with the like 15-degree offset. I think they'd consider that. I really like this style wrench. So we got looks like we might have a few duplicates of those in here. Quite a few. This is my third 1/2 and 9/16. I'll just set those off to the side. You have a big Craftsman. Of course, I'm going to assume these are all made in the USA. So this, without having the lines on the front panel, this is a V wrench. It's 1 1/8. Nice big wrench. Got some double open end. This is the older, like, narrow shank on it. Another one of these 1/2 9/16. This one's a little bit bigger here. This is 11/16, 13/16. And then we have one with the, I guess, normal offset. This is also the older, thinner handle. I have some no names in here, but those are always handy, just in case you need to do a modification. We got another 1/2 inch 9/16. I'm going to guess they were working on something that they always needed a wrench like that. I don't know why else you'd have like 5 or 6 of them. Quite a few more smaller Craftsman wrenches down here. A few more no names, a little bit of hardware, and that's it for that drawer. All right, last drawer in the top box. We have a nice big Craftsman slip joint pliers. Down in here we do have a couple of screwdrivers, a couple Phillips. No name slip joint. Some vice grips. The old DeWitt Peterson vice grips in here. This one's made in Taiwan. Looks like this one is as well. Oh no, this is a Craftsman version. Can't read it on this side, but it says made in the USA on the other side. I'm quite sure this is a Craftsman. Might be able to read it down in there. I can't quite make it out. Do have another vice grip brand. Pretty good sized lineman pliers here. Oh, a decline. I don't know. Sorry, I can't tell how this is focusing, but that's definitely a Klein Tools logo in there. And outside of being a little dirty and a little surface rust, these are in really good shape. We got a Midwest tin snips. I'm told these are the best. So the question is then, we know everything Craftsman's rebranded. Did Craftsman use Midwest, or did they use somebody else to make theirs? We have another older vice grips. Got a tongue and groove Craftsman. A few more vice grips in here. Just the vice grips alone makes this a pretty nice drawer. This is a Taiwan, but these are all the DeWitt Peterson era. Here's an old Craftsman slip joint. Oh, this one's a little different. So this one's a little different from the ones I'm used to. It's got like a little cutter in there. Is that like a wire cutter? Almost like for fencing or something? Right in here. I'm thinking you guys are picking that up. I don't recall ever seeing a Craftsman pliers with that on before. Either I haven't been paying attention or I've just never seen it. but that's actually pretty cool. Got a little rusty, but probably still trusty vice grip. Have a diamond horseshoe slip joint. And last thing in here worth talking about is another Craftsman. So this is the same as the other one. It was just rusty here. Craftsman vice grip. I don't know who made them for Craftsman. I never really loved this version. I always liked just the vice grips better. And that finishes off the top box. All right, moving on to the bottom box. And the bottom box to me is interesting. I've never had a Craftsman with the ball bearings in it before. Well, I shouldn't say that. I guess I've had the newer top boxes with the ball bearings, but not one of the older bottom boxes. All right, top drawer. Got a set of Torx bits in here. They are made by Lyle. Craftsman hex wrenches. Another set of hex wrenches, but these are the ball end. Some random loose hex wrenches in here. Made in the USA. Oh, this is a Craftsman pipe wrench. Some random hardware. Looks like some Chinese sockets. Taiwan. Adjustable. Got a magnetic tool. This is a Craftsman. Definitely works. Hopefully it's focusing in on there. I think with the artificial light, it's screwing up my vision a little bit on me being able to see if it's focused. Here's an Eklund set of hex wrenches, metrics, another set of Eklund, another set of Eklund, the fourth set of Eklund, and then we finish off with a Sears branded set of hex keys. Oh, got the keys in here. I don't think the top box had keys. Oh, was it not in far enough? Sweet. Got the keys for it. I'm glad to have the keys. I might have to look a little harder in the top box. Almost every box I bought from there did have the keys. Second drawer, bottom box. Now the screwdriver drawer. This one's got a few of the moldy. I know it's not really mold, but this one almost looks like it is. I do have some methods to clean these up, and I should do a video on that. It's just funny how some of these in here are like brand new, and then other ones look like this. It's like, why don't they all break down? We have a bunch of miscellaneous hardware in here again. A lot of nice screwdrivers. Like I say, I mean, these screwdrivers are like, bought them, threw them in here, and walked away. Oh, this is a good one. This little stubby with the 5/16 blade. That's a good one. Some sort of big old fillet knife in here. I don't think I'm missing anything worth talking about, so I think that's going to finish off drawer number 2. Bottom box, drawer 3. Okay, this is the hardware drawer. We do have a shears in here. I believe these are hydraulic fittings of some sort. Bunch of cotter key pins. Have an air pressure gauge. Do have a right socket. There was a bunch of right in another box. Maybe this is the piece that's missing. Look at this old blowgun. Holy cow. That's actually kind of cool. I think that might have to be a keeper. That's pretty cool. Hopefully it works. Can't imagine there's too many things that would go wrong with it. I'm guessing it had a lever in here that you'd push down and it would push this down. Last thing I'm going to pull out of here is a Thorson double open-end wrench. And that's the third drawer, bottom box. All right, fourth drawer. I will say this is not the most organized toolbox I've ever seen. A couple more of these battery terminal cleaners. Got some diaphragms for something. Sure, I could just look up that number. Got an old Sears Craftsman hacksaw. A big old Select Steel combination wrench. I believe Select Steel and Industro are the same. A few more of these box wrenches. So this is a different size than that was in the other drawer. It's a 3/8 7/16. Here's the shorty version of the box wrench. This is a 1/2 9/16. This is the older double line V offset. I have another Select Steel in here. Oh, this one's actually marked Industrial. Now I had some of these wrenches in other boxes that just said forged in the USA. No brand on them. But they honestly seem like, you know, pretty solid wrenches. We got another one of these 1/2 9/16 box wrenches. That's like the 6th one. I'm just trying to pull stuff that catches my eye. A lot of these are just standard combination wrenches from Craftsman. Couple double open end. Here's the 1/4 5/16. That's a good one. And then I think we have a battery post puller. This one is a Craftsman brand. And that's going to be the 4th drawer, bottom box. Okay, 5th drawer, bottom box. This box seems to be more of a let's store our random items in it. A lot of pipe fittings in here, obviously. But we do have a few sockets. 3/4 inch drive, right. And this looks like another right. 3/4 inch drive, of course. As far as tools go, I don't really see anything else worth talking about, so we'll call that one good. So moving on to the 6th drawer on the bottom. Okay. Definitely some goodies in here. Some Craftsman branded ball peens. These are pretty nice. I don't know who made these for Craftsman, but pretty nice hammers. Here's a little like 3-poundish sledge, Craftsman brand. Heavier ball peen. Always good to have some ball peen hammers around. See, it also has one of these double-sided soft face hammers, like non-marring hammers. This one looks like it hasn't been hit too many times. Also have a couple of claw hammers in here. This is a True Temper. And that's going to be all for this drawer. I think we're up to drawer number 7. All right, this is the one I've been waiting for. This is the one I remember. I think there's 2 of these drawers. There's only 3 drawers left, including this one. And the wrenches looked like brand new. Obviously, most all of them are Craftsman. But they were also these bigger wrenches, like inch to, I'm going to guess, 1 5/16 is maybe in here. But basically, like, they were never even used. So, great condition. I think this was an add-on set, unless the person bought them individually. It has the 1 inch in here. A lot of times they sold smaller sets, maybe went up to 3/4, 13/16. The 7/8 and up are a little harder to find. Have a Craftsman flare nut wrench. Oh, we got a Bonnie box wrench. Moving up on sizes here, this is the 3/4 7/8 with the 15-degree offset. So I wouldn't say we have a set, probably have most of a set. Got a True Craft Japan adjustable. Another flare nut wrench in here. A couple metrics in here. Well, at least one metric in here. I think there's another drawer with metrics, so I think this one's in the wrong spot. But got a 15/16. So I think I've seen everything from 7/8 to, was it 1 1/4? We got 16th, 8th, quarter. So that's going to be the end of drawer 7. Next one says metric sockets, metric open and box. We also have some socket holders in here. Looks like everything here is just Craftsman brand. I don't mind these socket holders. You know, they're nice. I just don't like to lay my sockets down just because they take up too much room. So these were actually made for 1/2-inch sockets. There's a few 1/2-inch in here, but they're mostly 3/8, all Craftsman. And then we move on to the good stuff here. So I'm not going to go through them wrench by wrench. I'll just point out the ones worth talking about. 24 millimeter. Got 28 millimeter. 27 mil. 25. 23. 26. So far we have 23 to 28. No skips. There's a 21. 22. I doubt they have a 29, so I think they go to 30. 32. And all these, just like the SAE, are like they bought them, threw them in here, and never used them. Also have some flare nut wrenches, the metric style. There is 5 of those in here. So that's the metric drawer of wrenches. Pretty good drawer. If you wanted just to buy the big set of wrenches like off eBay, you're probably going to pay $125 or more. Okay, moving on to the last drawer. Looks like we have a solenoid in there. A little bit crusty. Little panel. I think they call this like a panel clamp. It's a vice grip, you know, the old style Peterson DeWitt. Obviously we have a Craftsman impact gun. Doesn't look like it's had too much use on it. I don't think these were the most powerful thing in the world, but yeah, I probably do most jobs. Actually, it looks like it's hardly ever been used. I have a rail here of, I would guess they're impact sockets and not just rusty sockets. These are made by Wright. This one I can see is SK. Now I think most of these are going to be Wright. It would be pretty easy to clean these up. They'll probably look pretty much like new. I'll do a video on how to clean those up. I know I've said that before, but it's in the works. Then the last socket tray down here is chrome sockets. I'm just going to pull out this drawer. Ooh, we got the Do It Better sockets. So you know those are good. And then we get into the Craftsman 1 1/8. Wish these were 6-point, but all look to be Craftsman. Here's a Wright, another impact socket that belongs on that other rail. All 12-point. It's always nice to find the 1/2-inch and 6-point, but it's not nearly as common. A couple 3/8 sockets on there. So that's it for the bottom drawer. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.